What's going on, guys? Kaz Cray back with another Baltimore State Dynasty video. This time it's Stallions heading to Murfreesboro, Tennessee to take on the Middle Tennessee State Blue Raiders. Baltimore State, of course, coming off a pretty big victory over Old Dominion that almost ended up being a disaster for the Stallions. They gave up 28 straight points in the fourth quarter. Old Dominion was a 2-point conversion away from making a one-possession game with just 10 seconds to go after recovering multiple onside kicks. So you got to hope the Stallions aren't still hungover after that game. They did lose to Middle Tennessee State last year, so they definitely are going to have to bring it today. Anyways, kickoff from Johnny Red Floyd Stadium will be in just a moment. Baltimore State wins the toss. They defer to the second half, so Aaron Manley going to kick this one off, and we are underway. Desmond Anderson to return this one for Middle Tennessee State, and he's hit hard by Deontay Wagner. So this Middle Tennessee State offense is led by quarterback John Urzua. He's a sophomore for the Blue Raiders, and he's going to get a 12-yard gain in the first down to start this one off. So now 1st and 10, a handoff to Ruben Garnett up the middle. Has a big enough hole to get about 8 yards on the play. Now 2nd and 2, Urzua in the pistol running the read option. Blown up. Gets only a yard in the play. Now 3rd and 1. Going to fake to Foster again. He's going to try to get the first, but he's dragged down from behind by Deontay Muhammad. And so the Blue Raiders will punt it away to Lewis Gibson in this Baltimore State offense. They're very explosive at times. Let's see what they can do today. 1st and 10. Gibson going to throw this to start the game. Over the middle to Jimmy Blackman, and Blackman has plenty of space. Gets out past the 50-yard line. And Blackman with a great route on the first play for the Baltimore State offense. So now 1st and 10. Tracy going to move in motion to the left. There's a handoff to Jordan Burrell. He's had his ups and downs this season. He gets 2 yards on this play. Now 2nd and 8. And Gibson going to hit it off to Burrell up the middle. It's a little read option action. Only about a yard on the play. Now 3rd and 6. Here's Gibson rolling out after the play action. And he's going to try to run this one, but he only gets about 2 yards. He needed 6 to get the first down. And Baltimore State's going to go for it on 4th and 5. 2 receivers on either side. Burrell in the backfield with Gibson. And here's the snap. Gibson going to throw over the middle, and a big catch by Javier Harewood, who gets 10 yards and a first down. So the early gamble pays off for the Stallions. Here's a 1st and 10. Gibson on the option. Pitches it to Burrell, and Burrell going to lose 6 on this play as the Blue Raiders had that snuffed out from the start. Now 2nd and 15. Here's Gibson under pressure. Throws the left side, and he finds Jacob Spain. Not a huge gain, but 9 yards, so gets him out of the hole they dug themselves. Now 3rd and 7. Gibson under pressure on the blitz. He dumps it off to Spain. Spain with a spin move, and he gets to about the 14 or 15-yard line. Another first down for Baltimore State. So here's a handoff to Jadarius Duncan on the jet sweep, and he gets about 7 yards. Now 2nd and 3. Gibson again in the shotgun. Baltimore State loves running out of the shotgun as Gibson going to fight forward. Gets a first down, a 4-yard gain. Now they're just knocking on the door now. So here's the play fake. Gibson going to scramble. Looks like, and he throws it away, or he tries to. Hits the ground incomplete. Now 2nd and goal. Here's play action by Gibson. He throws it and swatted away by Michael Minner. That's going to be a 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. Just 2 yards away from the end zone. Hand off to Burrell. And he's pulled down by his face mask on the 3rd down play. He was stopped short, but pulled down by his face mask. So it's going to be a 1st and 10 again for Baltimore State. Gibson under pressure, and he's sacked. An 8-yard loss in the play as Jones gets there. Now 2nd and goal. Hand off to Burrell, right side. Doesn't go anywhere. Now 3rd and goal for the Stallions. There's Gibson on the play fake. He rolls left. Doesn't seem to have anybody open. He might just have to run it himself, and he tries to dive it, and he fumbles. And the Blue Raiders are going to recover this at the 2-yard line, so a big mistake by Lewis Gibson. And now the Blue Raiders have the ball. Here's Garnett. He has plenty of space, and he's out to the 30, the 40, the 50. Nordley Ford tries to bring him down, but then Jaquan Clay finishes the play. And the Blue Raiders with a big first down. So now 1st and 10, and a throw over the middle to Smith. And he gets 8 yards, so now it's 2nd and 2. Urzua in the pistol again. He's going to hand it off to Garnett for about a yard on the play. Now 3rd and 1. The option right side. He's going to pitch to Garnett. Garnett gets dragged down from behind by Muhammad, but he gets the first down before he's brought down. So now 1st and 10. Here's Urzua. He dodges Hodges, and it's pushed out of bounds after a 3-yard gain. So now 2nd and 7 for the Blue Raiders. Smith in motion to the right. He's going to go in the backfield now. Here's a fake, an option. He's going to pitch it to Garnett. Garnett with space, and he's hit hard by Lawrence Albert. And that's going to bring it into the first quarter, a 0-0 game after Baltimore State blows their chance for points on their first drive. And Middle Tennessee State just running the clock very well. So before the end of the first quarter on the last play, John Urzua was injured. So here's Kyle Banks, the true freshman. He's going to hand it off to Kamani Thomas, who gets the first down and more. A 9-yard run in the play. So now 1st and 10. Here's Banks. He's going to throw his first pass of the game. Goes right side to James. And there's his first completion of his career. 4-yard gain to Richie James. Now 2nd and 6. Banks still in the game. He's going to hand it off to Thomas right side, and he's brought down by his face mask. Again, that's the second face mask of the drive for the Stallions. And Lawrence Albert going to get the Blue Raiders put at the 4-yard line, but now there's a false start by the Blue Raiders, so they're going to back up 5. So now they lose a yard overall on that sequence. So 1st and 10. Urzua back in the game. He's going to he's going to get it down to the 1-yard line on the option. So now 2nd and goal from the 1. Blue Raiders still in the pistol. Here's a handoff to Garnett, and he's blown up in the backfield. A big play by the Stallions defense. It's going to bring up a 3rd and goal. There's a handoff to Thomas, and he's up the middle, untouched for a touchdown. So Middle Tennessee State takes an early 7-0 lead. Let's see how Baltimore State responds. After turning it over deep in Blue Raider territory last drive, Burrell goes nowhere on the pitch. So now 2nd and 9. He gets about a yard in the play, but didn't really go anywhere. Gibson throws it, and Jimmy Blackman couldn't hold on to it. Pretty good defense by the Blue Raiders. Now 3rd and 9. Here's Gibson. He's going to go right side, and is swatted away, nearly intercepted by Michael Minner. Second deflection of the game. So now Baltimore State will punt this one away. Manley with a pretty good punt. And Anderson's going to get the return. He has blocks in front of him. Breaks a tackle, and he's out into Baltimore State territory with a 19-yard punt return. So now the Blue Raiders up by 7, trying to double their score right now. Here's Urzua going to throw left side to Sean Smith, and Smith loses a yard in the play. It's going to be a 3rd and 7 now. 3 receivers to the right. Here's Urzua going to throw right side. There's Richie James. Taquan Clay just fell down. And James going to get a 24-yard gain out to the 15-yard line. So now 1st and 10 for the Blue Raiders. Here's Urzua over the middle, and a great defense by Deontay Muhammad on the play. Incomplete. Now 2nd and 10. Urzua back to pass. He's going to scramble to the right. There's plenty of space, but he's pushed out of bounds after a 7-yard gain. Now 3rd and 3. Here's a blitz. Urzua gets it out to Thomas, and Kamani Thomas has the 2nd touchdown of the game. And now the Blue Raiders up 14-0, as Urzua does a great job of just standing in there, ignoring the blitz, and getting it to Thomas, and he did the rest. So now Baltimore State ball. Here's Jacob Spain trying to run off tackle, but he's blown up in the backfield. Just got stuck in the backfield, loses 6 on the play. Now 2nd and 16. Gibson going to throw right side, and a catch by Harewood. He's out to the 47-yard line. So now 1st and 10. Spain going to move to the left side. Here's Gibson. He's going to throw right side. There's Spain who makes the catch. Gets an 8-yard gain in the play. Now 2nd and 2. Here's a handoff to Josh Seymour, the true freshman, getting his first carry of the game. A 4-yard gain in the first down. Hopefully the Stallions get him more involved in the game on 1st and 10. Here's Gibson rolling right on the play action. And he looks like he's going to run this one. He gets the first down. Probably should have slid, but at least he didn't fumble the ball. So now 1st and 10. There's a blitz, but Burrell able to get past it. Gets about 10 yards on the play, just shy of the first down marker. Now it's 2nd and inches. There's the pitch left side to Burrell. Gets a few blocks, runs over a defender, and gets about 5 yards on the play in the 1st down. So Baltimore State doing a good job. They run a flea flicker, and Gibson is sacked. They were doing a good job of moving the ball in this drive, but then they give up a sack right there on the flea flicker. So now it's a 2nd and 16. Gibson on play action again, rolling right. He's just going to throw this one away. Now that brings up a 3rd and 16 for the Stallions. Here's Gibson. Under pressure, he throws it over the middle, and Jacob Spain with the catch for a Baltimore State touchdown. 22-yard reception, as it's a great route by Jacob Spain, who's been getting better and better with route running throughout this whole season. And now Baltimore State down just 7. So after a penalty on the kickoff, Middle Tennessee State starts with the ball at the 10-yard line. Urzua going to throw over the middle. There's Tucker who makes the catch. Big 1st down for the Blue Raiders. Smith in motion to the right again. They keep looking for the screen, but Baltimore State has it shut down. And Tucker can't make the catch on that play, so now it's 2nd and 10. Urzua in the pistol. Garnett right behind him. Here's Urzua over the middle, and Richie James makes the catch for a 1st down. So Baltimore State struggling as always against the passing game. But this time, Urzua brought down for a sack on the blitz. So now it's going to be a 2nd and 17 for the Blue Raiders. Here's Urzua looking for the screen, and Deontay Muhammad has Ruben Garnett snuffed out. A loss of 4 on the screen play. So now it's a 3rd and 21. They're just going to run a draw play to Garnett. And he gets about 7 on the play. Needed a lot more than that, but the Blue Raiders will punt it away now. And Stallion ball, 1st and 10. Gibson under pressure, and he's sacked. So now Baltimore State has to hurry up back to the line. They only have 1 timeout remaining. Here's Gibson on 2nd and 17. He's going to roll right. He throws it, and he finds Jacob Spain, who gets out of bounds at the 33-yard line. So now 1st and 10 for the Stallions. Here's Gibson. Going to throw it deep. And swatted away by Minner again. Gibson was looking for Harewood for a touchdown, but just couldn't get it to him. So this should be the last play of the 1st half. Gibson going to throw it deep, and it's swatted away again. And that'll bring an end to the 1st half of football. Middle Tennessee State up 14-7 over Baltimore State. So this 1st half for Baltimore State is probably the worst that they've had so far this season. Lewis Gibson has just been very loose with the ball. On that first drive, he dove for the end zone into a Middle Tennessee State defender and fumbled it. And he just has to be more careful because this offense is going to go as far as he goes. So if he's loose with the ball, if he turns it over, Baltimore State's really going to struggle in this one. So Baltimore State gets the ball to start off the 3rd quarter. Gibson on the option. He looks like he went nowhere, but he actually spun forward for 3 yards, so a good gain for him. Now 2nd and 7. Jacob Spain, left side on the stretch play, loses a yard. So now 3rd and 8. Baltimore State has to convert in this one. Gibson gets it to Antoine Tracy, the fullback, and Tracy tries to fight for the 1st down, but he's tackled shy. Now Baltimore State going to fake the punt, and Josh Seymour stacked up for a loss on the play. And Baltimore State turns it over to Middle Tennessee State with great field position, taking a risk there as Urzua is hit on 1st and 10. So now it's a 2nd and 10 for the Blue Raiders. And a draw play to Garnett, and he's going to go nowhere, losing 3 yards on the play. Big play by Lynn Collier. So now it's a 3rd and 13. And Smith is in motion to the left side. This might be a screen. Urzua under pressure, and he's brought down for a sack. That's Matthew Hudson getting back there. Hudson's had a pretty damn good season so far. So now the Blue Raiders will try a long field goal. Here's the kick, and it is good. So Middle Tennessee State is up 10 points. 17-7 to score halfway through the 3rd quarter. Lewis Gibson back to pass. He's going to throw it to Spain, and Spain gets to about the 39-yard line on the 1st down. So Gibson's been really sporadic today, but a good play there. Now it's the 1st and 10. Gibson hit as he throws, finds Jimmy Blackman, and Blackman has plenty of space down the left side. He's at the 20. He's going to get pushed out at the 16-yard line. A big gain on the play by Blackman. Mainly just run after the catch for him. And now Baltimore State in Blue Raider territory in the red zone. Gibson going to throw it right side. He finds Blackman. Blackman brought down at the 1-yard line. It's now 1st and goal. And off to Duncan, and Darius Duncan in the end zone for Baltimore State on the jet sweep. It's now the Stallions trail just 3. Aaron Manley going to kick this one off. And Desmond Anderson to return this one. He's going to go left side. He has space, and he's tackled. He fumbles it, and it's picked up by Hill. But I don't know if this is going to stand because it looks like Anderson's knee hits the ground before it pops out. But still a great effort by Baltimore State to force the ball out, but this is probably going to be reversed.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
And sure enough it is, so Middle Tennessee State dodges a bullet. Now we have 2nd and 6. Here's Urzua throwing over the middle, incomplete. Good defense by Baltimore State in the play now. 3rd and 6. Urzua throws right side. He finds Smith, and Sean Smith is tackled after a 3-yard gain, 3 yards shy of the first down marker. So Baltimore State will get the ball back. Here's the 2nd and 7. Gibson on the option loses a yard. Just had nowhere to go. Liggins on the stop. Now 3rd and 8. Here's Gibson rolling right. He throws it, and I don't think Harewood got his feet in bounds. Baltimore State's going to challenge this one, so maybe they'll get a challenge back. And he catches it. I don't know if he doesn't look like he got his feet in bounds.
The ruling on the field is reversed.
And wow, they reversed the call on the play. I'm pretty perplexed by that. Really didn't look like he had his feet in bounds, but Baltimore State will take it as Blackman makes the catch, gets down to the 36-yard line. So the Stallions in business, looking to take the lead with just over 2:30 to go left in the 3rd quarter. Here's Gibson rolling right, and he throws it deep, and it's nearly intercepted. Darrell Randolph there to swat it away. So now it's going to be a 2nd and 10. Baltimore State dodges a bullet there as Burrell gets the carry on 2nd and 10. Gets about 5 yards on the play. Now it's a 3rd and 5. Gibson on the fake, just gets it away, finds Aldrin Johnson, who gets the first down up to the 25-yard line. And Baltimore State is making the most out of that reversal, which is very questionable. If Baltimore State wins this game, there's definitely going to be some controversy behind it. So I really don't think Harewood had his feet in bounds, but oh well. Gibson going to throw it left on 2nd and 8. He finds Harewood, who gets down to the 6-yard line. So Baltimore State looking to take the lead there at the 6-yard line inside the red zone, inside the 10 as a matter of fact. As Gibson looks like he's changing the play a little bit. And he finally gets the snap of the play clock running down. Gibson scrambling, just throws it up. And he throws it away. He gets it out of anybody's vicinity. So now 2nd and goal. Gibson again changes the play up a little bit. 2nd and goal. He throws it to Johnson over the middle. Gets a 3-yard gain. Now 3rd and goal. Hand off to Spain up the middle. And Jacob Spain gives Baltimore State the lead. A 21-17 lead for the Stallions now. And again, that reversal could come up big for Baltimore State in this game. As Ruben Garnett gets 8 yards on the first down carry. 2nd and 2. Garnett again. And he breaks a tackle, and Garnett has space. And he's finally brought down after a 30-yard gain. And now Middle Tennessee State with the 3rd quarter winding down in Baltimore State territory as Urzua's pass is swatted away at the line. So this should be the last play of the 3rd quarter. Urzua going to hand it off to Kamani Thomas, and he goes nowhere, losing 3 yards on the play. And we head into the 4th quarter. Baltimore State now has the lead up 21-17. Middle Tennessee State is driving. So now 4th quarter, we have a 3rd and 13 for the Blue Raiders. Here's Urzua. Gonna throw right side deep, and he has James, Richie James, with a touchdown, a 40-yard catch. And the Blue Raiders now have the lead. It says Richie James has set a record for most touchdowns in the season for Middle Tennessee State. I looked it up. He actually doesn't, but that's another story for another day. 1st and 10, Baltimore State on the option. Here's the pitch to Burrell. Gets about an 8-yard gain in the play. Jacob Spain was hurt on the kick return. It says he's going to miss the rest of the quarter, but he might come back in this one, depending on if the Stallions need him or not. Gibson going to roll right on 2nd and 2. He's going to run this one. He runs out of bounds wisely. 8-yard gain in the play on the first down. Now we go to 2nd and 8. Gibson back to pass. He's going to throw right side, and a first down for Jimmy Blackman. Wisely stepping out of bounds. Baltimore State does have a lot of time on the clock, so they might want to make sure they burn some. As Gibson throws it to Johnson, and he's intercepted by Michael Minner. Gibson tried to look Minner off, but Minner steps in front of Johnson and make this interception. Not exactly a bad decision by Gibson, just a poor throw. And now Middle Tennessee State looking to run the clock down as Garnett's brought down by his face mask. So this will be a 15-yard penalty going up against Kevin Hodges. So now the Blue Raiders just about at midfield now. 1st and 10. Hand off to Garnett again. 5 yards on the play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Urzua back to pass over the middle to Smith. Smith breaks the tackle. He gets to about the 23-yard line. 22-yard gain for Patrick Smith. So now it's a 2nd and 7. Hand off to Garnett up in the middle, and he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. Now 3rd and 7. Urzua throws it to Smith, and Smith hit hard on the play. Gets to the 11-yard line, though. Now 1st and 10. Urzua over the middle, and Tucker can't hold onto it. 2nd and 10. That one might have been swatted, honestly, but looked like he just dropped it. Now 2nd and 10. Thomas up the middle, and he breaks the tackle, but he's finally brought down after an 8-yard gain. So a critical 3rd and 2. Baltimore State needs a stop right here to stay alive. Just force a field goal, stay alive, keep it one possession. Thomas up the middle, but he's blown up in the backfield by multiple Stallions. DeMarcus Penn finished him off, and the Blue Raiders had to settle for a field goal. So Baltimore State with the ball, 4:14 to go. Jacob Spain, who was hurt earlier, gets the carry, and he's face masked on that play.
Face mask. Defense.
And let's see who the penalty is against. It is Vernon Walker, the free safety. So now Baltimore State gets the ball at the 40-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 10. The fake to Spain. Gibson throws over the middle. He finds Shelton Bentley, who gets his first catch of the game. A big first down. And now Baltimore State within striking distance. Jordan Burrell left the game with a hip injury, but it's not too severe. He should be back. But Jacob Spain up the middle. If Spain can keep running like that, you might not really need Jordan Burrell. That's Spain's longest run of the game so far. So now 1st and 10. Hand off to Spain, and he gets about 6 yards on the play. 2nd and 4. It looks like Baltimore State's just running the clock down, trying to make sure Middle Tennessee State doesn't have enough time to respond to a possible touchdown, as Seymour gets a 4-yard run and a first down. So now Baltimore State at goal-to-go position. They're going to hit it off to Burrell, who comes back into the game. It's about 4 yards on the play. Baltimore State just running the clock down now. 1:40 to go. Another handoff to Burrell, and he may have had a touchdown if he could have cut inside, but he goes nowhere instead. 3rd and goal with just a minute to go now. They're going to pitch it left side to Spain, and he's brought down from behind, a 3-yard loss. So maybe running the clock down might have backfired for the Stallions. They do have all 3 timeouts, so all they would need is a stop. But still, not a good position. 30 seconds to go. 4th down. This is the game. Gibson finds Jimmy Blackman for a touchdown. And Baltimore State is an extra point away from taking the lead. Here's Philip Hayden. He's going to kick this one, and it's good. So Baltimore State with a 1-point lead with 28 seconds to go. Them running down the clock didn't actually backfire after all. So here's Urzua trying to get the Blue Raiders the lead back. He finds Patrick Smith. Smith gets to the 40-yard line. 18 seconds to go now, 17. Middle Tennessee State doesn't use a timeout, and Urzua just throws it away. No intentional grounding with a man in the vicinity, though. 13 seconds to go. It's a 2nd and 10. Here's Urzua. Throws over the middle. He finds Sean Smith. And now Middle Tennessee State has to call timeout. Smith couldn't get out of bounds. 3rd and 4 with 10 seconds to go. Urzua out of the pistol. He's going to scramble and he's sacked. Or try to scramble, actually. But Kevin Hodges says, no way, Jose. And now the last chance for the Blue Raiders. Urzua back to pass. Everybody's going deep. He's going to throw it deep. He might have a man, but he just overthrew it just a little too much. And Baltimore State survives Middle Tennessee State 28-27. Jacob Spain, the player of the game, with 94 receiving yards and a touchdown. But, geez, Baltimore State really did not deserve to win this game the way they played most of the game. But somehow, someway, like the good teams, even if they're surprised by lesser competition, you always find a way to win, and that's all that really matters is the W. But Middle Tennessee State really played well in this one. Baltimore State just didn't have it offensively for the first half, but Gibson finally stepped it up second half, as did the running game, and they came out victorious in this one. Lewis Gibson, 20 for 30, 311 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Only was sacked 3 times in this game, so the offensive line did a better job in this one. Jordan Burrell in the running game just really didn't do much until the fourth quarter when they needed it the most. Jimmy Blackman and Jacob Spain both had great games receiving, over 100 yards for Blackman. And the O-line only gave up 3 sacks in this one, so they played better. And Lawrence Albert led all tacklers with 7 tackles. And Wentworth, Hudson, and Hodges all had 1 sack each. And we look at Middle Tennessee State. John Urzua, he's going to be a pain for the next few years. He's only a redshirt sophomore. Reuben Garnett had a really good game, 124 yards on 15 carries. Richie James with a huge touchdown to put Middle Tennessee State in the lead in the to begin the fourth quarter, actually. And all 3 sacks were by Akins. Justin Akins is senior, so we're not going to have to worry about him next year. And, of course, Michael Minner had that interception as well. So, as we look at the team stats, I'm going to end this video off by showing you the 2 polls that are going to be in the description below. So, the first poll is, I'm starting a new series. I do have a few series coming out pretty soon. My NBA 2K18 series and then my NCAA basketball series as well. But I'm going to add one more series. Which throwback sports game should I play for my next series? Should it be Blitz the League? I'll either do 1 or 2 depending on what you guys want. Madden NFL 24, ESPN NFL 2K5, NBA Street, or NFL Street. I'll do like any of those like that you guys want to see me do. So it's like if you wanted to see me do NFL Street 2 instead of the first one, just let me know. But right now, Blitz the League's winning this one. And again, I'll either do Blitz 1 or 2 depending on what you guys want to see. And for the other poll, of course, which Baltimore State senior from this class do you want to see in my Madden 18 series, the Jet series? So far, Jacob Spain and Lewis Gibson are like the top 2. Then you got Lakeem Foster, Matthew Hudson, Adam Lewis, Lawrence Albert, and Judah Stevens. Moose E.B. Conley's getting no love at all. But yeah, vote below, guys. Anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Have a great rest of your day, night, or whenever you're watching it. I'm out of here. Deuces.